Well, welcome viewers. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which this series is recorded, here on the central coast of New South Wales. I pay my respects to elders past and present and to Aboriginal people who continue to carry culture, knowledge and connection to country forward. As someone who later in life came to recognise and honour my Aboriginal heritage on my father's side, this acknowledgement is more than a formality. It is a recognition that identity, story and inheritance matter. This series is about the patterns we inherit before we have the power to choose them. Aboriginal culture has long understood that people are shaped by the systems around them: family, community, land and story. With respect to the custodians of this land, we begin this work with humility and truth. Now let's talk about something most people never examine: the emotional system they were born into. Episode 2, Chapter 2 of the book, the YouTube series here, titled Tone, the Emotional Weather That Trains a Child. Tone is one of the first languages a child learns, because tone tells you whether love is safe. Today we're going to identify the tone you absorbed and the tone you leak under pressure. Then we'll practice one repair sentence that interrupts the old training. So, your body, teaching plus commentary plus reflection plus challenge plus proverb. That's how we're going to do this. The hook, a one-line anchor. Hook, one-line anchor. Tone teaches what love feels like. Love isn't only what people do, it's how they sound when they're stressed, disappointed or tired. When someone loves you, does it feel safe, or does it feel like you need to earn it? Let me challenge you. Label your tone once per day this week with one word: calm, sharp, tense, cold, warm. This is your challenge. Label your tone once per day this week with one word, either calm, sharp, tense, cold, or warm. And here's a proverb: a soft answer turns away wrath. And that's from the Old Testament. Teach point 1. Tone is the household's default. It's emotional language. Sharpness, warmth, anxiety, sarcasm, contempt, coldness, cold politeness. That tone becomes a child's definition of normal love. What was your household's default tone most days? Think for a minute. What was your household's default tone most days? Write one example of how that tone leaks out of you now. Are you reflecting that tone? And here's a proverb: words can wound deeper than a knife. Here's teaching point 2. Kids absorb tone like oxygen. Commentary: constant becomes normal. Normal becomes expectation. That's why some adults confuse sharpness with honesty. What tone did you absorb so deeply you didn't realize it was optional? Challenge: Choose one conversation this week where you deliberately speak in a calmer tone than your default. I want to say that again. This is your challenge. Choose one conversation this week where you deliberately speak in a calmer tone than your default. Here's a proverb. What you practice, you become. And that's powerful. What we practice, we become. Teaching point number 3. Under stress, adult tone leaks inherited training. Under stress, adult tone leaks inherited training. You can hate your childhood tone and still reproduce it automatically when pressured. Let's reflect. What phrase or tone comes out of you that you swore you'd never use when under pressure? Let me challenge you. Write the phrase down, then write a replacement sentence you'll use instead. Proverb. Habit is second nature. Habit is second nature. So here's the challenge for this episode. This is your action. This is an opportunity for the viewer to take action. When stressed, whose voice comes out of you? Name the person or the vibe. Don't just justify it. Just see it. Reflect. Who do you sound like under pressure, and who pays the price now? Challenge. Apologize for tone once this week without adding but. If you sense that your tone is not the way that it should be, just apologize without saying but. And here's a proverb. Pride goes before a fall. And that's from the Old Testament. Practice. Here's a skill. Practice a tone repair sentence. My tone was sharp. That's on me. Repair tone without defending your intent. Say it, then stop talking and let it land. Reflect. Can you own tone without explaining why you were right? Can you just own it without explaining why you were right? Can you identify it and go, right, I can fix this, or I need help with this? Here's a challenge. Use the sentence once this week, then pause for 10 seconds. Less said, soonest mended. Less said, soonest mended. And here's the closing bridge, viewers. Tone is training. Challenge it deliberately. Tone is one of the fastest ways to interpret transmission in your home today. What tone do you want your relationships to feel like? Here's a challenge. Pick one relationship and commit to calm tone for 7 days. One relationship, one calm tone for 7 days. And here's the proverb. The tongue is small, but it can steer the ship. Here's the wise conclusion, viewers, as we close. People don't remember your intentions. They remember what it felt like to be with you. Tone is not a small thing. It carries safety or threat. If you want peace in your relationships, don't start with big speeches. Start with the sound of your voice. Change the tone. And you change what your nervous system teaches everyone around you. I'm Dr. J.W. Ayub. You can follow all this up where you can get the book, the study guide, the audio book in the description. If you haven't liked or subscribed, I invite you to. I'll see you on episode 3, based on chapter 3 of the book Breaking the Pattern, A Structured Path to Peace by myself. Chapter 3 is on tension, and I'll see you then. Thanks for joining me, and bye for now.